Hi, I'm Kristen Luby, and my February staff pick is Ida B. Wells' Voice of Truth. As Ida B. Wells once said, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. This picture book biography not only shares the life story of a groundbreaking truth teller, journalist, educator, and activist, it will inspire young people to never give up in the face of adversity and never shy away from taking action against injustice. Author Michelle Duster tells the story of her great-grandmother in this beautiful picture book with stunning illustrations by Coretta Scott King award honoree artist Laura Freeman. As Michelle describes her, Ida B. Wells was a boss, and her achievements were truly groundbreaking. She began her career as a teacher and co-owner of the Memphis Free Speech newspaper, where she wrote about social and political issues. She was eventually removed from her teaching position for writing about the separate and unequal school systems. In 1884, when she was removed from a train for refusing to move to the car for Black people, she sued the railroad company and her case was taken to the Supreme Court. In 1892, when three of her friends who owned a grocery store were lynched, Ida exposed the truth about what happened through her journalism, urging Black people in Memphis to boycott white-owned businesses. She received death threats and her printing press was destroyed, but even that wouldn't stop her. So she moved to New York to continue her journalism career. She became involved in the women's suffrage movement and was a co-founder of the NAACP. She refused to be silenced, even in the face of the threats she received for the nearly 50 years she fought for equality and justice, and her legacy lives on today. This is an important book to add to your classroom libraries that belongs on shelves alongside the stories of civil rights heroes like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. This is also a perfect read aloud for Black History Month, and I hope you'll share it with your young readers.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Van Aiken, and I'm the Director of School and Library Marketing at Macmillan Children's Publishing Groups. And one of my very favorite nonfiction books is coming out in paperback this February, Jane Against the World, Roe v. Wade and the Fight for Reproductive Rights. Just in time for Women's History Month, this passionate and riveting look back at the history of the fight for reproductive rights in the United States is a book you need on your classroom and library shelves. Author Karen Blumenthal was a journalist for over 3 decades, and her rigorous, straightforward approach to the history of these rights is eye-opening and at times breathtaking. If you're looking for a book that helps distill the history of Roe v. Wade while also revealing how this landmark case was just the beginning, then look no further. Like Steve Shankin's books Bomb and Fallout in Tone, you read this book as you would a thriller. Throughout, it feels like you have no idea what's coming, even though you know exactly where it ends. This is the kind of book that makes history feel so current and accessible for those who have a deep understanding of reproductive rights and those who are just coming to this conversation amidst a time when the topic is constantly in the news. We also have a great teacher's guide on our website that is an excellent resource for guiding a discussion about this history. Please read and recommend Jane Against the World by Karen Blumenthal.
Hi, Elise here, School and Library Marketing Coordinator. I wanted to talk about My Parents Won't Stop Talking by Emma Hunsinger and Tilly Walden. This laugh out loud, very funny, very relatable picture book is one of my current favorite reads. In it, the Zarowskis are just about to head to the park for a day of fun, but on the way out of the house, the protagonist moms see their very friendly, very chatty neighbors. What was about to be an exciting family excursion turns into the longest waiting game ever, the one where you just stand there while adults talk about boring stuff. The storyline is relatable to so many of us, and the art perfectly captures the emotions kids feel when they're trying their best to be patient. Each illustrated facial expression had me rolling because I could just feel the exasperation of childhood. My Parents Won't Stop Talking comes out this March, and it's perfect for any kid whose parents become exceptionally talkative when they bump into a friend.
Hi, I'm Molly Ellis, and sometimes, particularly when I'm watching TikTok dance videos, I ruminate on all that has changed over the course of my lifetime. But that's nothing compared to what it must be like for the bowhead whale, an animal that can live for centuries, and who is at the center of my February staff pick, The Whale Who Swam Through Time by Nick Pionson, a Smithsonian paleontologist whose research awards include a Presidential Early Career Award for Scientists and Engineers, and with beautiful illustrations by Alex Boersma. This sweeping nonfiction picture book explores the 200-year lifespan of a bowhead whale and the changing environment that surrounds her. The art in this well-researched and thoughtfully curated nonfiction story is striking and paired with simple yet poignant text. that manages to capture the magic and beauty of the natural world while also providing a thoughtful account of how humans have impacted our changing ecosystems and a call to action for protecting the environment. With back matter and an author's note, The Whale Who Swam Through Time is a marriage of art and science, a meditation on time, and a look at climate change through a new and highly inventive lens.